Alright, look, I was wrong. On my previous standings and playoff predictions video, it did terribly. Actually, the performance on the video was pretty good. But my actual predictions were ludicrous and stupid. I had the Lakers being the second seed. Yes, I thought LeBron could carry a team that hard in his 37th year. No, he's not doing that. LeBron is still carrying the Lakers, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be all the way to the second seed. You need 2013 peak Bron for that to happen, and even then, that's a stretch. But anyway, today I will give you my updated predictions on the standings and the playoffs. And yeah, the standings are going to relatively stay the same to what they are today, but if not, I'll tell you why I think they will change. Let's get straight into the playoff predictions. Alright, first, let's talk about the playoff seeding. For the West, I think it's pretty straightforward. The Suns are going to be your first seed. They're on pace for a 60-win season. The Warriors are going to be your second seed. The Grizzlies are going to be your third seed. I think the Nuggets can go all the way up to the fourth seed. The rest of their schedule is pretty weak, and they also have some big contributors coming back in Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. The Mavs will be the fifth seed. The Utah Jazz will be the sixth seed. They lost a lot of games because they were missing Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell at points in the season. It makes sense why they're that low. And then for the play-in, you have the T-Wolves, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Pelicans. And to me, the T-Wolves and the Clippers come out as winners. Look, the Lakers are not beating a team. They're not good enough. That's just the bottom line. And then for the East, the Heat are the first seed. The Sixers are the second seed. The Bulls are the third seed. I think the Celtics will go all the way up to the fourth seed. They've been on a great run, winning a lot of games consecutively. I think they won like about 10 games consecutively, or they're like 9 for their last 10. The Bucks are the fifth seed. The Cavs are the sixth seed. The Nets and Raptors will be rounding out your last two seeds in the conference. I think the Nets will go up to the seventh seed because Kevin Durant has come back. And yeah, it'll be a pretty good stretch when Kevin Durant comes back. But again, it's not going to be the best team. Alright, so now that we have knocked out the seeding, let's talk about the playoffs. The playoffs to me will be very entertaining in the East this year. Maybe not so much in the West. The West, I think there's 2 contenders, 2.5 contenders that can get to the finals, and that's it. To me, the 2.5 are the Warriors, the Suns, and the Denver Nuggets. And the Nuggets are only a half because who knows how good they'll be, barring injuries, and also all their roster changes they've had since last playoffs. And also, what if Jamal Murray or MPJ gets hurt again, or even worse, Jokic gets hurt? I don't know. Jokic has had a very thick load he's had to carry on his back this year. Who knows if he gets hurt? That's why they're a half contender to me. Anyway, in the first round, the Suns face the Clippers. Phoenix wins in 4. In the first round, the Nuggets face the Mavs, which will be a great matchup. Everybody loves seeing Luka versus Jokic. To me, Denver will win in 6. They're just, quite frankly, more talented, and Jokic is just a better player than Luka right now. Memphis will play Utah as a 3-6 matchup, and I think Utah can win in 7. I think if they can upset this matchup. Memphis, to me, has been a great regular season team, but I don't think they have what it takes to be a great postseason team yet. So yes, they will be upset by the team that beat them in the first round last year, the Utah Jazz. And then the Warriors will face the T-Wolves, and the Warriors will win in 5. So now we go on to the second round in the Western Conference. The Phoenix Suns against the Denver Nuggets. I'm pretty sure Phoenix takes that in 6. I can see them maybe not sweeping, but a gentleman's sweep. Phoenix is just unbeatable this year, and I think they can knock the daylights out of us. I'm serious, bro. They on pace to win 60 games. They have some of the best playoff performers in the league. They just have it all in their favor. Utah Jazz against the Dubs in the second round of the playoffs. The Warriors in this series win to me in 6. The drop coverage against Stephen Curry is going to eat them alive. And yes, Stephen Curry has been in a slump, but I think that his slump has been not too bad to where it would prevent them from getting to the conference finals. Then the Western Conference Finals, the Phoenix Suns against the Golden State Warriors. To me, Phoenix wins in 7. They're going back to the finals. Now let's get to the East. The East is a lot more competitive and a lot more compelling in many standpoints. The East is just the better conference this year. This is something we have not seen in a very long time. Besides for probably 2019, the Western Conference has always been superior to the Eastern Conference. And yeah, this is when it gets very entertaining because we have some of the hottest teams in the East with also some of the talented teams in the East. Let's get straight into it. The Heat versus the Raptors in the first round, the 1-8 matchup. Miami wins in 5. The Celtics versus the Bucks, the 4-5 matchup. This will be a great matchup, but I think Milwaukee will win in 7. think Milwaukee just obviously has a better player. I think they have the better overall defense, and I think they are more talented. I don't even need to think about the talented perspective because they are. Bobby Portis is clear of any role player on the Celtics. And yes, Chris Middleton, probably not better than Jaylen Brown, but he's close to his level. And Jrue Holiday is just something, a third star that the Boston Celtics do not have. I think it will go 7 because Jason Tatum has been on a tear, and I expect him to continue that tear all the way through the playoffs. The 3-6 matchup, the Bulls versus the Cavs, I see Chicago winning in 6. Chicago has been a very clutch team. I mean, to a certain point in this season, around the 40 games played point, DeMar DeRozan in clutch situations was 12 from 14 from mid-range. That is ridiculous and is scorching hot, and I think they have the best pieces to put them in the best possible position to win this round. DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Vucevic, Alex Caruso will win them the series if they're all healthy. Now, the number 2 seed Sixers versus the number 7 seed Nets. This is what I want. This is what we want. We want this matchup. To me, Philly's going to win in 7. They have more talent. To me, I mean, if Kyrie gets to play home games, I think it's then very close on talent. But I do think Ben Simmons will hold you back in the playoffs still. All right, this takes us to the second round. Miami, the 5th seed, takes on Milwaukee. And Miami, to me, wins in 7. I think they have what it takes. Their roster has improved drastically, and also their coaching has improved a little bit. I'm not saying Spoelstra ever changed as a coach, but I'm saying that his player development program has been amazing, and they've developed some really solid players this year, including Max Strus and Gabe Vincent. Now, Chicago versus Philly. I think Philly's winning this in 6. I don't think Chicago has what it takes to make the conference finals in their first year together. They are a very talented team, but again, their paint presence is going to be pretty ugly when it comes to Joel Embiid, and also who is going to defend that pick and roll to an elite level. Because what big are you going to put in there to guard that pick and roll? I mean, if you traded for Jakob Poeltl, which they should have, then that would have kind of helped you out because Jakob Poeltl can kind of make life hell for Joel Embiid, but they just didn't. So you have Lonzo and Caruso guarding James Harden. Those are good defenders. But who is guarding the paint? Anyway, in the Eastern Conference Finals, the 1st seed, Miami Heat, go against the Philadelphia 76ers. And to me, Philly wins this in 7. Philly's going to have a lot of series going, a lot of games, so they're going to be very fatigued in the finals. Again, though, they are probably the most talented team in the East right now, and I do not doubt the ceiling that they can come up to. Philly and their 2-man game with Joel Embiid and James Harden, is like the ceiling that they have on that duo is just limitless, and I think it can take them all the way to the finals. So now we get into the NBA Finals. All chips are on the table. I expect both teams to be completely healthy. If they're not both completely healthy, I think the healthier team will win because that's how close this chess match will be. But to me, the Phoenix Suns will win the finals in 6 games against the Philadelphia 76ers. To me, their defense, their depth, their 3-point shooting, and their coaching is all better than the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that's all it needs to take down the Sixers. Ayton is a great center defender. I mean, obviously he got eaten up by Giannis, but Giannis is also better than Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic in the playoffs. So look, yes, the Sixers got their superstar in James Harden, but there is still a little bit to be desired. That next offseason, they'll have to try and build around them better, find better role players, and find better schemes or a new coach to win the championship. To me, the Phoenix Suns will win because they are more experienced and obviously better coaching, better defense, better depth, better 3-point shooting. They have a lot of things that they're better than the Sixers at. If star power wins the finals, I will be surprised. I do not expect the Sixers to win the finals. Yet again, there's been a lot of things that I did not expect in the past couple years in the NBA. So yeah, your NBA champion is the Phoenix Suns. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do all that, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, come on, I got a bag on me. You try to take it, leave you stinking like your last homie. She kinda cakey, little baby, put that ass on me. But I ain't that horny, do you got some cash for me? Why every time you ask him that, bitches act funny. And you keep trying to hold the strap, you won't slap for me. You too happy, I can tell you never had money. Every time you get on live, gotta flash money.